Hi everyone, in this video we'll take two examples about finding limits using graphs. So in the first example, for the function f graphed in the figure, find limit of x when x goes to -2 from left. This is -2, and from left it's from here. This is the left of -2, and it's goes to 1. So this is equals to 1. Part B, limit f of x when x goes to -2 from right. So this is -2 from right, and it is equals to -2. Now, since the limit from left of -2 and from right of -2 are different, so limit of x when x goes to -2 does not exist. And when we talk about f of 2 in part D, f of 2, you have to take the closed circle. So f of -2 is defined and equals to 1. We cannot take the value of f of 2 equals to -2 because it is open circle here. So f of -2 equals to 1. F of 2 equals to 1. Here we have to deal with limits when x goes to 0 from left, from right, and in general when x goes to 0, and you have to find f of 0. So limit of x when x goes to 0 from left, this is 0, and 0 from left equals to 0. Then you have to find limit of x when x goes to 0 from right, and 0 from right, it's from here, and it goes to -infinity. So limit of x when x goes to 0 here, not 0 from right, does not exist because we have different values for 0 from right and left. And if you want to find f of 0, the image of 0 on the function f, you have to take the closed circle. So f of 0 equals to 0. In part 3, you have to find limits when x goes to 4 from left, and goes to 4 from right, goes to 4, and the image of the number 4 in the function f. So limit of x when x goes 4 from left, this is 4 from left, and 4 from left we have oscillation here, so it does not exist because we have oscillation, so no values of, or no value of the limit when x goes to 4 from left. Limit of x when x goes to 4 from right, this is 4 from right, this is 4 from right, and it goes to +infinity. So limit of x when x goes to 4 does not exist, and we have different values for the limit from right of 4 and left from 4. And if you want to find f of 4, you have to take closed circle. We don't have any value of f of 4 here, so f of 4 is undefined, and defined. No image for x equals to 4 under the function f. Now in part M, it's very important part really, and you have to find the vertical asymptotes for the graph of f. You have to check the limits we did before, and you will see that limit of x when x goes to 0 from right equals to negative infinity. Also in part J, limit of x when x goes to 4 from right equals to positive infinity. If the limit equals infinity or negative infinity, then the x given on the limit is the vertical asymptotes. So we have two vertical asymptotes. The first one x equals 0 and the second one x equals to 4, because the values of limit are infinity and negative infinity. So the vertical asymptotes are x equals to 0 and x equals to 4. We have two vertical asymptotes, and this is the final answer for the first example. Now we will turn to the second example, and in the second example we have two parts. So we'll start with part 1. First you have to find limit of x when x goes to 0. This is 0. 0 from right and 0 from left have the same limits and equal to 0. For the part B, limit of x when x goes to 2 from left. This is 2 from left, and this is equals to 1. Next, limit of x when x goes to 2 from right. This is 2 from right, and the function goes to positive infinity. And next you have to find limit of x when x goes to 3 from left. This is 3 from left, and the function goes to negative infinity when x goes to 3 from left. So the answer is negative infinity. Now you have to find f of 2 and f of 3. F of 2, this is 2. You have to search up and down to closed circle, and we have closed circle here, so f of 2 equals to negative 1. So it's equal to negative 1, and f of 3, you have to go up and down. There is no closed circle. That means that the function f is undefined when x equals to 3. So it is undefined when x equals to 3. Now this is the end of part 1. Now we'll turn to part 2. We have this graph, and you have to find the answers from A to J. Firstly, limit of x when x goes to negative 2 from left. This is negative 1, this is negative 2. Negative 2 from left, there is an oscillation, so it will be does not exist. Now limit of x when x goes to negative 2 from right, and negative 2 from right, this is negative 2 from right, and the function goes to negative infinity. What about f of negative 2? You have to go up and down for negative 2, and you will not see any closed circle. So f of negative 2 is undefined. Now you have to find limit of x when x goes to 0 from left. This is 0, and 0 from left, This is 0 from left, and 0 from left equal to 0. Then you have to find the limit of x when x goes to 0 from right. This is 0 from right, and this is equals to negative 1. So we have different limits when x goes to 0 from right and left. And if you want to find limit of x when x goes to 0, it will be does not exist, because we have different values for the limit on the right and left of x equal to 0. Now you have to find the image of 0 under the function f of 0. This is 0, go up and down. You will see that there is a closed circle here, so f of 0 equals to negative 1. Negative 1. Then limit of x when x goes to 2 from left. This is 2, and 2 from left. This is 2 from left. The function goes to positive infinity. And limit of x when x goes to 2 from right. This is 2 from right. 2 from right. The function goes to 3. And f of 2, you have to go up and down, and you will see a closed circle here. So f of 2 is defined and equals to 3. Now, since the limit to the right of 2 and to the left of 2 are not equal, so limit f of x when x goes to 2 does not exist, because we have different values of the limit. Now the vertical asymptotes for the graph of f. To find the vertical asymptote, as we see before in first example, you have to take the limits that equals infinity or negative infinity. So we have part B, the limit equals to negative infinity, and part G, the limits equal to positive infinity. So we have two vertical asymptotes. The first one, x equals to negative 2, and the second one, x equals to 2. So we have two vertical asymptotes. The first one, x equals to negative 2, and the second one, x equals to 2. And that's it. Thank you.